It's green flag time. Let's get this show on the road. Madison Toll dominates and wins. Trey Wright wins the Indianapolis 200.
Miles out of nowhere. It's gonna steal it.
It's going to be Mike Fink Jr., number 38. Winnie Crouch is going to take the win here at Pocono. Side by side.
They're going to be side by side going down.
Coca Millions will win the Coca-Cola 600.
We are the NIRA. Hello everyone, this is Freedomator. Welcome to Nashville Superspeedway, just outside of Nashville, Tennessee. We're here for race number 6 of season number 1 of the Scott's Grand National Series. 42 gonna roll off here around this 1 1/3 mile concrete oval for 57 laps. One driver is going to win at the end of those 56 laps. And coming into this race, we have a repeat winner in this series. It was Nathan Buchanan winning for the second time back at Pikes Peak in dominating fashion. He comes in, he's not quite the points leader. The points leader coming into this race, I don't believe has even won a race yet this season. And no, it's Noah McAlliard by 21 points ahead of Justin Lightning, who gained 6 positions in the point standings after the last race at Pikes Peak. Kirsten Clark, 7 positions gained. She sits 3rd, which is 22 points back. Nathan Buchanan, due to some inconsistencies at the start of the season, sits 13th in the standings, but moved up 9 positions after getting his second win. He sits 43 behind Noah McAlliard. McAlliard starting on the outside pole position alongside Adam McDowell. And it's going to be a good one here under the lights at Nashville. Welcome up into the booth here with me once again is Bronson Minnick. Bronson, welcome up to the booth.
Thank you. My second time here in the Scott's Grand National Series. It's exciting to be in Nashville. It's the rock city of all of the USA. It's an amazing city, but most importantly, this plot of area. There is so much crammed into this one reserve of land. There's a drag strip, a road course, and a short track. Not to mention that this track really is not a super speedway. It's actually 1.3 miles, and it's owned by the people who own Dover Raceway.
Yes, and like Dover, it is concrete, but it's a little longer and a little different shaped. It's also a flatter racetrack. That should be something to make note of. Also, and earlier today we saw in a Cabela's Cup Series qualifying the dominant line is definitely going to be on the outside, but we could see not very much, but a little bit in this event. The later in the run, especially here at the night with the cooler track temperatures, could we see some guys or gals go to the inside to try to make some passes here?
I mean, it's really unsure of what will happen here at Nashville. It's crazy, it's flat, just like Pikes Peak that happened a few days ago. It's flat just like it. It's about a mile. So, yeah, we have a lot of things anticipated for today's race.
And it's going to be a good one here in Nashville. So let's go ahead and take a look at your starting lineup as we begin pace laps. And the engines fire here at Nashville. 42 going to roll off the pit road. We'll take a look at your front row starters here. We have Adam McDowell on the inside, Noah McAlliard outside. Then row 2 is BB Ruiz, Drew Tatum. Row 3 is going to be Ben Crouch and Kip Silverpoint. And then we have Christian Vargas, Luke Rainey, row 4. And then row 5, rounding out the top 10, Tony Jasiorski and Matthew Silver. We'll go ahead and scroll through the rest of your field here. Bronson, do you think you might have a pick for the winner of this race?
Yeah, Freedomator, I have a good pick for this one. Last race at Pikes Peak, I chose the Aussie, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. He didn't run up front all day long, but I think this one is going to be the one who gets it done. He's starting on outside pole, the 11 of Noah McGallier. He was so close to victory at Pikes Peak. He ran second all race long, super consistent. Noah McGalliard, in my opinion, is going to go to victory lane here at Nashville Superspeedway.
Pace cars in. Ladies and gentlemen, it's green flag racing time. Let's get this show on the road here at Nashville. Oh, trouble in turn 1 on the start. Adam McDowell did not get going there, and BB Ruiz is going to benefit and go right to the lead in that 34. Noah McGalliard goes to second, Christian Vargas third, and just watch the outside line here as we go into the corner. Look at how much benefit guys get when they go to the outside as opposed to being on the inside here. That was to be expected. And oh, trouble on the front straightaway. Tony Jeziorski down to the inside. Look out as he comes back up. He saved it, and that we're going to keep going.
Wow. Unbelievable. That was such a crazy start. Adam McDowell nearly wrecked Noah McGalliard, and then he kept it going straight, and then the 5 spun in the infield, saved it again. Some crazy stuff here on the start of this 57-lap event.
BB Ruiz up ahead leading. Noah McGalliard, Christian Vargas, Ben Crouch going to go side by side. Give it to Christian Vargas. Crouch going to try to get around him. Not quite going to get there. Drew Tatum rounding out the top 5 right now. Luke Rainey has Adam McDowell on the outside, and McDowell's going to try to get the run up top. Can't quite get there going through turn 3 and 4. Benny Watson, Kip Silverpoint, and Quentin Moore are going to round out the top 10. And behind, Landon Smith Jr. getting a side full of the 42 of Arthur Xavier, the 28 of Jeremy Baylor right there as well, running very well in that James Finch entry. As mostly single filed out right now through the field, but the action has been hot and heavy right now so far in this one. All the side-by-sides going on behind, and how about 3 wide right here as Dylan Wilson tried to get to the inside of the 36 of Drake King and the 58 of Logan Alexander. Drake King making that outside line work. He's sticking like a cat on Velcro up top here around this track.
Now, one car guy really, but when he checked up a lot on the inside, I knew that the outside was going to have a big run, and just like that, the outside is really dominant here on the backstretch. Let's see what happens in turn 3.
This is Zachary Fitzwater in the 38, coming in behind Daniel Bouchard and the 35 of Juan Rodriguez. Ahead of him, Bouchard and Rodriguez side by side. That is going to be for the 24th position on track right now. Nowhere close to being up front, but still side by side and battling in their own right. Looks like Rodriguez might get that spot there. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and check back in up front as we've got BB Ruiz still leading, but side by side right there. For the 6th position, Adam McDowell and Luke Rainey still side by side on the front straightaway. Who's going to get it at the line? Luke Rainey has it at the line. Watch it turn 1 as Drew Tatum's also going to go to the inside of Christian Vargas. He went in a little low, and Luke Rainey charges ahead as Drew Tatum had to back out of the gas.
Luke Rainey had such a big run off the corner. Watch out, Christian Vargas. He's coming to your rear.
Trying to get that holiday in for Chevy rather up and on the 64, and he's gonna try to get around him. He'll go to the inside, but he would have been better going up top. That's a very bad move, and especially the 64 had a little bit of draft going in there from the 12 of Ben Crouch. As look at the lead that BB Ruiz is starting to grow over points leader Noah McGalliard. It's a little over half a second right now, but he keeps doing what he's doing, and they keep doing what they're doing. And these guys back here keep doing what they're doing, which is battling left and right like crazy. They're going to keep pulling away, and this could turn into a strategy race very quick.
Everybody is single file right now. Now it's time to talk strategy. Who do you think is going to come into the pits, and most importantly, when?
We're expecting at least one pit cycle, one in the 20s. I would say the other one would probably come in the 40s unless they try to split in the 30s or so. We'll have to see what happens. As now side by side, Ben Crouch is going to go to the inside of Noah McGalliard. And now the lead for the 34 has grown to almost a full second. But look at the inside. Look at the defending Cabela's Cup Series champion working that low line. McGalliard up top, trying to hold on to that second position. Points leader working that high side on the number 12 Fitz Bradshaw Racing entry. Trying to get there through turn 3 and 4. They stayed pretty even. Side by side down to the line. Who's going to have the advantage going into turn 1? Crouch noses ahead. And back behind, they're going to go side by side also. Christian Vargas, Luke Rainey. And shockingly enough, it looks like Ben Crouch made the inside line work. And the defending Cabela's Cup Series champion moves into the second position.
Wow, that was some really good action right there. Side-by-side action. Let's see what Noah McGalliard can do for that second position. But right now, Luke Rainey's still working on that third place for Christian Vargas. Looks like he's about to clear him on the inside. Not quite. Christian Vargas putting up a really strong fight here on the front stretch of Nashville.
Field all straightened out right now. Not a whole lot of side-by-side going on right now as we get later in the run. You know, tires are starting to fall off. Even here on this is a softer surface than we're used to. It's not asphalt. This is concrete that they're racing on right now. So tire wear, while it's still going to come into play, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of strategy these guys pull, the guys and gals I should say, when pit cycles come closer. Will they split the race or will they do a 2 stops?
12 car of Ben Crouch is actually really closing each lap. He really closed that corner, and when he closes on the leader, then he spreads apart from the 11 of Noah McGalliard. Let's see what he can do on the front stretches. Now the gap grows, actually shrunk. He got 10/10ths on that lap. That was some really good lap times right there from the 12 of Ben Crouch.
And Noah McGalliard as well, he's starting to close in a little bit also. See him getting closer to the 12. He's hanging right there in the draft on the straightaways. Luke Rainey is trying to do the same, but he's also got Christian Vargas, Drew Tatum, Benny Watson back there. Watson having a very good run so far there in that 7th position at PPC Racing entry. Have not seen him run up to the front very much so far in the Scotts Gray National Series season number 1. But running inside the top 10 right now. And a great run for that Centrix Ford.
Drew Tatum really occupied on that rear from the 15 of Benny Watson. Really good run for that small team. And like you said, Freedomator, he was not up front any time here this season, but here he is up into the top 10 here at Nashville as the 90 of Drew Tatum still occupied. And there's some side-by-side action with the 09 of Kip Silverpoint and the 76 car of Quentin Moore, as now the 09 will get the advantage there.
Kip Silverpoint, the winner of the Daytona Blue Green Vacations 300 on that last lap crash that happened off turn number 4. She made a move on the inside 4 wide at the expense of her own teammate Brandon Yadal, who is actually currently in the 37th position. She's up there running in the 9th position right now ahead of Quentin Moore, who's been dangerously consistent, not just in this series, but in our competition as a whole. Quentin Moore has been a fantastic driver. Even if you remember over to the DLP IndyCar Series this last spring, he was right there with Dale Lightning in the championship all season long. He even led the point standings after Sonoma, I think it was, until Dale Lightning won his second race. He kind of pulled away after that. But Quentin Moore having a fantastic run in that 76. He ran into some bad luck at Auto Club. I don't really think, besides Daytona and Auto Club, he's had any horrid luck. But definitely good to see him having a better start to the day. That's looking up front. Ben Crouch starting to close in. The gap down to 0.34 seconds from Baby Ruiz, who continues to lead this race. Has led all the laps so far at Nashville. And still waiting to see when pit cycles are going to happen. We're coming to lap 20 this time. We could be getting ready to decide if we're going to have a 2-stop race or a 1-stop race here.
People that were watching last race winner, or the last race at Pikes Peak, know that this is the exact scenario that Nathan Buchanan, last race winner, was in. He led every single lap and was so dominant. But let's see what Baby Ruiz can do, because that 12 of Ben Crouch is closing and fast. Actually, the 34 got a really good lap right there. Let's see what the lap times are. But here comes the 11 with slight advantages every single lap, closing every single lap. Just slowly but steady. Here comes Luke Rainey in the 4th position. But those gaps have closed. The 12 of Ben Crouch is actually losing position on Baby Ruiz, the leader currently. But here comes the 11, really close to that back bumper.
And I'm honestly surprised looking through as the caution comes out. Oh, big crash back straightaway. That's Rex Ruiz, Audra Baranowskis, Ethan Farley, Eric Monaco, Nathan Buchanan, last week's winner, and the 2 of Bradley Ream. The 1 of Brandy Udall may have gotten a piece of that also. There was one other car on pit road. Okay, that was Monaco. So a huge pileup coming out of turn number 2 here at Nashville brings out the first caution on lap 22 here under the lights. The field will come up behind the FSB Racing pace car, and the field's going to come down on pit road here on lap number 22, so we're going to get a 2-stop race here in the Academy of Country Music 250.
So bizarre. Like, we're gonna have to look back at the replays, because last race winner was in it. That was just really bizarre, as I think everybody is in, and if not everybody, then majority of the field. There's Nathan Buchanan, last race winner at Pikes Peak. He's done for the day. Really unfortunate stuff here, but let's see who can get out of the pits first, as yeah, everybody is in. And Adam McDowell, who made contact on lap 1, turn 1, is looking to have a really good pit stop, as he is the number 1 stall. Everybody's going to take 4 tires. Let's see who can get out first. Oh,
Baby Ruiz 34, Ben Crouch 2nd, Luke Rainey 3rd. Benny Watson beats Noah McGallard out just by a nose at the pit line. What a stop for that 15 team.
That was a really good stop. Kudos to them.
He's going to be right there on the restart there inside the top 5. Not a terrible start for Noah McGallard, but definitely not the stop he needed if he wanted to be up there battling for the lead with the 34 and 12 on this restart. Now Luke Rainey is going to have that privilege in the Holiday Inn Chevrolet. Now as the field comes around behind the pace car, as looks like actually Nathan Buchanan is going to continue on. We're going to hold on this real quick. We'll see where he scored as he comes down. Buchanan is scored 1 lap down in 38th, so we'll see on this restart if anything else happens. If he's able to get by the leaders, that's all he needs to do on this restart, because we're going to have all the lead lap cars on the high side, and he's going to be the only lap down car on the bottom side. So if anything happens and he got by the leaders, by the time they get back to the line, he would have his lap back. We'll just have to see what happens here real quick before we restart. We're going to go back and see what happened to put us under this first caution here in the Academy of Country Music Awards 250. So watching from up above down at Audra Baranowskis going into the corner, something's gonna... Oh yeah, she blows up right there in the middle of the corner, and then the field's trying to get by. Cars in the back not going to be able to react fast enough. The car's going to slam into her. Oh, Rex Ruiz and Eric Monaco absolutely nowhere to go. There's Nathan Buchanan getting a piece, not very hard. Ethan Farley runs into Monaco. Bradley Ream got a little piece there. Monaco is going to be done. Audrey Baranowskis is going to be done. Rex Ruiz for sure is going to be done. And just like that, the first caution comes out, and at least 3 cars are going to be out of this race here just before halfway.
So the 20 car running in 20th position just looks to blow up. Look at the rear, just very faint smoke coming out, and then here comes the 8 car, or the 18, and pow. Wow, that's some very difficult impacts right there. The 0 of Ethan Farley got a really hard hit, and the 83 of Eric Monaco got a really hard hit as well. A lot of these guys, unfortunately, are out of this race. Really tough stuff here early on, actually about halfway through this race here at Nashville.
Very tough to see those cars crash out. Looked like we were going to have a pretty clean race. It was pretty clean up to that point, but unfortunately sometimes that stuff just happens. Well, the track is clear now and we're good to go, so let's head to the restart here at Nashville. Pace car is down onto the pit road. We're ready to get this race restarted. Nathan Buchanan there in the lap down lane. The only cars out of this race going to be the 0 of Ethan Farley, the 83 Eric Monaco, Rex Ruiz, Audrey Baranowskis. Those are the only ones that are out of this race right now. Green flag is out. Nathan Buchanan, a slow start on the inside, as that damage is really hurting his aerodynamics right now.
Not get a good launch because of Buchanan and a lot of good cars that were running on that inside. Look at Luke Rainey to the inside, powering by Ben Crouch. A really good restart for Luke Rainey as he's going to get the lap. Give it to Luke Rainey in the 29.
Well, it's going to be close going here into turn 1. That outside line, Ben Crouch has it. But Rainey kept his foot in the gas there. I am shocked. We did not see that very much in Cabela's Cup Series qualifying. But here we're seeing it. Luke Rainey powers to the inside. Quentin Moore, you see, on the outside of Benny Watson. Watson slips back. Luke Rainey to the 2nd position. What a job by that RCR driver.
Side has been dismal for a lot of drivers, and Luke Rainey just taught all these drivers, hey, the inside isn't useless after all. But watch out, the 12 gets a big run on the outside. Another battle for 2nd between the 12 of Ben Crouch and the 29 of Luke Rainey.
Ooh, Rainey slid up big time there in turn 3 and 4. That might help Ben a bit. Look behind, he's right there on the backside. But BB is loving this. BB Rue is pulling away in that 34. The gap right now, 0.39 ahead of Luke Rainey. Ben Crouch, Quentin Moore, Benny Watson. Right now, that's your top 5. Drew Tatum, a surprise 6th place. Great run for him. There's Noah McGalliard going to the inside. Landon Smith Jr. Smith Jr. is going to hold on to the outside. And behind Christian Vargas and Adam McDowell battling for the 9th position right now. And looks like for the time being we're going to give it to Adam McDowell. He is clear of Christian Vargas. So much for what I said in the pre-race about the outside line being the dominant line. While you can use it, looks like the inside line is starting to become the line to be in.
But like you said, like we said a few laps ago, that inside was not working at all, as Luke Rainey's gonna try to gain back that some of that time that he lost on the front stretch. But yeah, that inside was not working, and it seems to be the most dominant line here in about halfway here at Nashville. But look at this battle for 2nd. The 76 car of Quentin Moore is looking onto the inside of the 12 of Ben Crouch. Great battle here, but watch out up front. The gap has shrunk to the back bumper. Almost. He checks up, Luke Rainey does.
Rainey slips a little bit coming out of turn 2. Rue is going to pull away. Quentin Moore is going to be right there on the inside going into the 3rd position. We're coming to lap 33 this time, expecting one more pit cycle before the end of this race. I'd say around lap 44 or so. That is if we don't get another caution right around now. I believe if they got a caution now, they could just come down and be good to the end. Or actually not quite. The window's not open. It'd have to be within 22 laps then. We're at 24 laps to go this time. But we are definitely getting close to when the pit window is going to open. The question is, who's going to be the first to come down? Would you come down early? Would you come down later? Or would you come down right in the middle of the cycle? What would you do, Bronson, personally?
I think if I were to get extra points by leading a few more laps, I would want to get those extra guaranteed points to see if I could just stay out a little bit longer and get a few points for leading, and then I would eventually come back and then be like midfield. But hey, at least I got those points. Those are what are important, not being up front, just those extra guaranteed points for leading the laps.
That is true. Worrying about the big picture doesn't always have to be a win. You only get 3 bonus points for winning the race. Well, 4 bonus points technically if you factor in the fact that the driver who won the race led at least 1 lap. And of course there's the bonus points for leading the most laps, which right now I think Baby Ruse is going to have. He has led just about all 36 laps, if not all 36, since we first started this race. But now Luke Rainey drafting to the backside, gonna take the inside line going into 3. They're gonna be side by side coming around. Give it to Luke Rainey in the 29. Lead change here at Nashville.
Time today at Nashville Superspeedway, a lead change. Let's see what Baby Ruiz can do.
Oh boy, behind Ben Crouch and Quentin Moore going to the inside of Ruiz. That almost didn't work. They tried 3 wide, but they backed out of it the last second. That was smart. But now looking at the 34, Ruiz going to try to draw in closer to the 29 to get his position back. And side by side behind, Crouch on the high line, Quentin Moore down low. It looks almost like in the corners now the lines are equal, and it's whoever gets back to the gas. And never mind, Quentin Moore's going to fall back on the inside, but Drew Tatum is making a move there in between. They're going to be on the edge of 3 wide. They are 3 wide going down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, Ruiz is going to go to the inside, going to try to get the lead. Once again, 2 wide and 3 wide at the head of this field. Drew Tatum, what a pass right through the middle. And Ruiz at the line has the lead back from Luke Rainey. Oh, this is good stuff right now. Baby Ruiz still powering on the inside. Luke Rainey right there up top. Drew Tatum going to try to get in the mix down low. Ben Crouch in the 12 right behind. Lanes are staying pretty equal for second place there. Ruiz trying to pull away in the 34. Tatum does not want Ruiz to get away. He's going to clear the 29 and move into the second position. Not quite. Here comes Rainey back on the high side.
Drew Tatum, an amazing battle on that inside. That was Luke Rainey's preferred line, and now he's using the outside. That's what is incredible about Luke Rainey's driving abilities, because he's able to go from the inside line, which he's tried to learn all race long, to the outside, which he's learned in just 3 laps. That's incredible.
He's right there on the back side of Rainey once again. Could they start battling once again? Now he's going to slip back a little bit. Crouch slid up behind. They're staying mostly single filed out right now, but going through the field, here's Adam McDowell. Your pole sitter going to go to the inside of Matthew Silver. Silver on the high line. Kip Silver Point's also going to go by. Quentin Moore, Benny Watson about to ignite a battle here on the front straightaway. Watson going way down, almost on the apron underneath Quentin Moore. He could be too low going off into the corner, though. He had to check up big time going off into turn 1 there, so Quentin Moore is going to hold on to the spot. It is still Ruiz in front of Luke Rainey, Drew Tatum, Ben Crouch, and Quentin Moore, the top 5. As we're coming around for lap 43, we're getting closer and closer to when I think pit cycles are going to be to wrap up this race. I'd say around lap 44 or so. Let's go ahead and watch back here, though, see if anyone does come down earlier. And I don't believe so. I believe everyone is still out on the track right now. Well, is some slow traffic that we would need to probably worry about. The only one right now would be Nathan Buchanan. Meanwhile, side by side for the lead, Rainey's going to go to the inside of Ruiz. They are side by side through turn 3 and 4. Is Rainey going to get there? He's going to be there off turn number 4, but Ruiz on the high side. That's the advantage. And he has the advantage at the line, but going into 1, Rainey not letting him get away that easy.
I have a feeling that these two drivers are going to go head-to-head on the last lap in a photo finish spectacular, because they have been going at it for about 20 laps, and none of them have been able to succeed, as now we have the lead update. Baby Ruiz is falling back, and this is the first time he's falling out of either second place or first place. He's falling back because that inside now works.
And they're going further on this run than I thought they would. So there is a chance now that we could be able to make it to the end right here. This run could decide the winner of the ACM 250, as Drew Tatum's going to go to the inside of Luke Rainey. He tried to get down there. He might be there. Not quite. Rainey's going to use that high side, and he's going to have the big run off turn number 4. But yeah, you are right. That is the first time BB Ruiz has fallen out of the top 2 all night long. Ben Crouch, Quentin Moore going to go side by side. Give it to Quentin Moore on the high side, and then American Legion 76.
Look at the far camera. This pack is only 8 cars, so everybody ninth back no longer has a shot for the win, as we are closing in on 7 laps to go. This is going to be an insane battle to the finish.
7 but 11 laps to go right now. As we're getting closer to potential pit cycles, we'll see when they happen or if they happen. Right now, nobody's coming down. Yep, nobody's on the pit road right now. And the battle for the lead right now is down to 6 cars by the looks of it, as Benny Watts and Christian Vargas fall out of it. I don't know if anyone else is going to be able to make a move right now. Drew Tatum, he's going to try. He drives it in deep to turn 1 on the backside of Luke Rainey. They're going to go nose to tail. Tatum has to back out of it.
These 2 cars that are splitting apart, this is going to be a 4-car pack for the lead. If they can get single file, there they go. Ben Crouch overtakes the 11 of Noah McGalliard. Speaking of Noah McGalliard, he is still my pick. I think that if he does the cards right, I think he can get up to the lead with only 1 lap to go. At least that is my theory. If they don't go side by side for more than a lap, then he is going to have a shot at this thing, as now the 76 is falling out of this possibly 3-car battle for the win.
Outside, here comes Ben Crouch right by Noah McGalliard and Quentin Moore. He's going to get a 2-for-1 special here off turn number 4. Moore got sideways off the nose of McGalliard. He saved it, but now lap traffic we may have to worry about at 8 laps to go. They're ahead, just a little bit ahead, is Nathan Buchanan in the 19. Already a lap down, but Luke Rainey, Drew Tatum right there. Looking down the straightaway here, there on that angle, you see just how close they actually are to catching the two-time winner of this season. But Drew Tatum's going to try to look to the inside on the straightaway. Luke Rainey shuts the door on him. 7 laps to go.
Drew Tatum does not want a 2nd place finish. He wants the win, and there he goes to the inside of Luke Rainey for the lead and quite possibly the win. But watch out, the 19 of Nathan Buchanan, last race winner at Pikes Peak, is right ahead. There he is in frame.
Still side by side for the lead. Rue is going to try to figure out where to go. Tatum trying to get by Rainey. Rainey trying to hold on. Buchanan's going to go in the middle. Who's this going to benefit? Oh, goodbye, Luke Rainey. Or not quite. He drove it in deep. Tatum did not get a good entry there. Rainey is going to try to get by. I don't think he can. I think that may have done it for Luke Rainey. Coming around for 5 laps to go this time, but BB Rue is in the 34, the dominant car of the race. Could still be right there. Or is this the first win for Drew Tatum after a very rough start to the season?
It's just dirty for that lap car to be in front of the leader at the time, Luke Rainey. But yeah, like you said, can Drew Tatum get it done here at the City of Rock, or can Baby Ruiz get in front for a great win? As now the gap has closed. It has definitely closed as Ruiz is trying to make an effort to the inside, possibly the outside, as now we have a few laps to go, handful of laps now.
Just 4 to go here in Music City, Tennessee. The Academy of Country Music 250, it's all come down to this. 3.5 laps to go for Drew Tatum. Ruiz was right there on the backside, but slipped a little bit through turn 1 and 2. Ben Crouch right there. Luke Rainey slipped to the 5th position. He is definitely out of it now. 3 laps to go this time. Tatum still leads, but Ruiz and Crouch are right there to pounce if anything happens.
At this point, I don't know what line is actually the preferred line. People have been using the outside line all day long. That line has worked. People have been using the inside line, as now Ben Crouch is going to use it. Probably not. No. Ben Crouch is not going to go to the inside, but back to my point. The inside line has also been dominant, so it's just like back and forth between which line is dominant, but I don't think any line is going to be the one that will help Bieber Ruiz to a win here at Nashville. I think Drew Tatum has this thing in the bag.
I'm not so sure he does. Ruiz drove it in deep there in turn 1 and 2. A lap and a half to go here at Nashville. Ruiz going to try to figure out where to go. Tatum going to try to block. 2 turns left before we get the white flag.
Not a good corner there for Ruiz, as Drew Tatum is going to try everything he can. Here we go. This is the last lap at Nashville. Drew Tatum is going to try to block every single line here at the concrete 1.3 miler.
Ruiz is right there on the backside. Half a lap to go. Tatum's going to try to hold on. Ruiz is going to figure out if he can get around. Could they be side by side coming through turn 4? Ruiz is right there on the backside. Not going to get there. First win for the 90 of Drew Tatum. He wins the Academy of Country Music 250 at Nashville.
How about that? Drew Tatum wins at Nashville. How about that? Congratulations to Drew Tatum.
He started off the season rough by getting involved in that first pileup at Daytona, getting upside down. Things had not been looking up. But Tatum now finally has a victory in the Scots Grand National Series, and he came into this race. Take a look at the points here. Tatum came in towards the bottom, I thought. Yeah, 23rd. So he gained a lot of points after Pikes Peak. He was 31st before. So he's 23rd coming into this race. He's going to gain even more positions now on the points lead. There's Noah McGalliard. He finished 7th, but I think he's going to be able to hold on to it. But it's definitely probably shrunk a little bit. As we'll go ahead and take a look at your point standings here at the end of this race. Or finishing results, rather. Drew Tatum, BB Ruiz, Ben Crouch, Quentin Moore, Luke Rainey, your top 5. Then Christian Vargas, Noah McGalliard, Benny Watson, Kip Silverpoint, Matthew Silver round out the top 10. There's the rest of your standings there. The cars that finished a lap down. A bunch of cars pitting late in that run. Logan Alexander, Tony Jezorski, Hannah McDowell, Patrick Staw, Logan Williams, Madison Toll, Charlie Davenport, Bradley Ream, Drake King, Clyde Shelton, Nathan Buchanan was already a total of 2 laps down. And the only cars unable to finish this race, Audrey Baranowskis, Rex Rose, Eric Monaco, and Ethan Farley. So, Bronson, any final thoughts about this race, man?
Was one of the most exciting races I have ever commentated. This had everything that you could possibly want in a race. You had craziness on the first lap in the first turn. You had craziness all over. You had some controversial moves to the end, and you had some great battles for the lead throughout the race. Baby Ruiz led a lot of laps, but in the end, Drew Tatum got it done here at Nashville. Congratulations for Drew Tatum. Not a great start to the season at all. So hopefully this will be the beginning of a great run this season.
Definitely going to want to watch out for now, and that's going to wrap us up here under the lights at Nashville. What a race we had. Drew Tatum gets the win late from a dominant Baby Ruiz, and I congratulate him. I also want to thank Bronson Manick for helping commentate this race. And until the next race, this is Freedomator. We'll see you next week. Y'all have a good one.